Whether you're at home or out and about, this is the latest Punjabi music, information and tips to keep us all motivated. Welcome to the Bhangra movement. Welcome to this discussion, the Bhangra movement. I've got with me Bindi and Bhavin. Bhav, I think Bhav prefers to be called Bhav. Bhav is so posh and sort of like, not posh, but a bit formal, so I'll go back to Bhav. And Bindi is not going to be Bind, I'm guessing, right? We're playing with Telegram today to try and record a conversation. If anyone's familiar with Clubhouse or has heard about Clubhouse, this is a similar sort of feature on Telegram. Give me your initial reaction to it, Bindi. How does it feel? Oh, completely gone quiet. How about you, Bhav? What's your reaction? How does it feel to do this?
Yeah, it feels fine. It's a bit weird that we can't see people, because in a discussion you like to see people. It's like if you're in a proper room, you want to see everybody and discuss properly. But I think now people, to try something new is quite good to go forward. Maybe this is something that we can try for a couple of weeks and see how people feel. If they're having a bad hair day, then it's quite good to not be seen and just give the input in this new format.
That's it. That's exactly how I feel about my hair. And apparently on Monday or Tuesday, I'll be able to cut it. So, my opinion. Bindi, can you hear us now?
Yeah, sorry, I was messing around with the speaker button. See, I'm one of those naughty children that presses the buttons and I can't help myself. So, yeah, I haven't used Telegram before, so I only started this morning. And before we had our 9:30 Bhangra, I had a chat with Davina. And it was really personable, just the chat element of it. So that was a real thumbs up. This seems really good, as long as I don't mess around with the buttons, but the clarity is really good. And yeah, it is a point that people have made. Going live on a Google Meet or a Duo video whilst doing Bhangra, I feel really conscious, even though you say you can take it off, but people are reluctant. This may be, a good happy medium.
Yeah, I never thought about it from an exercise together point of view, but you're right. It can be, we can have this sense of we can hear each other. So people might feel like they might join there. But I was thinking more of the discuss together, talking about nutrition and exercise and what's in the news. And these are sorts of things that are in my mind, but also sharing new music, which, and we're flexible in terms of how we use this Telegram. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We'll find some sort of use for it in the coming days. But the other thing I wanted to do was just try and create a podcast which has some music on there. So I want to share this song with you. I'm going to play a few seconds of it. Now I'll start by saying it's a song by two guys, Gulab Sidhu and Sidhu Musiala. They're not related, by the way. Sidhu Musiala is very popular in the Punjabi scene. He's really, the last probably 5 years, become incredibly popular. But the thing is, I've not really liked his music that much because I find it's all about sort of gun violence and, celebrating aggression and, it's not something I resonate with so much because of that. The weird thing is lots of children resonate with it. So you got all these 12-year-old boys kind of jumping around going, Sidhu Musiala, and like doing gun actions and all this. I think it's the wrong sort of message. So this is why I've not really promoted his music in our workout videos. But this song, I just wanted you to hear it more just as an experiment, but also get your opinion on that sort of, I've got a question for you. It's two questions. One is, what do you think of Sidhu Musiala and the song? So I'm going to play that in a moment. But the second question I have for you is, this is a much more deeper, profound question, but has Bhangra become something new? Like, did Bhangra ever exist, and has it become something different because of people like Sidhu Musiala? So just keep that question in your mind, and we'll talk about that for a few moments. But here, have a listen to this song. That track is called Bai Bai by Gulab, Sidhu, and later on, that was Gulab, Sidhu's voice. Later on, Sidhu Musiala comes in. I really like it. The weird thing is, and as you can hear, it's all very much Tol and Tumbi music, but most of Sidhu Musiala's songs aren't like that. They're not playing that ethnic music. So, you know, a lot of criticism I get on YouTube and stuff is, oh, you've spelt Bangla wrong. And you know, people can't get their head around this idea that I did it intentionally. Like there could be a reason why I've spelled it this way, and it's to try and encourage people to think that actually the term Bangla spelled the conventional way, Bhangra, is both restrictive because people have it in their mind what that sort of music is, but also pronounced wrong. So anyway, wanted to get your thoughts on that, and especially if you're familiar with Sidhu Musiala and other people who are changing the music scene. I think that in about 5 or 10 years, we'll hardly find any more Punjabi music that has Tol and Tumbi in there. It'll become very rare. So what do you think, Bindi? Is that likely to happen? And what do you think of the let's call it the definition of Bangla spelt in the conventional sense?
It's interesting because Sidhu Musiala, he started off by singing about the land, the hard work of the farmers, and it was really resonating with everyday people. Then he went a little bit more, I'd say, upbeat and a little bit more hip hop and tried to change what he was doing. And I think that put some people off. I think he's a good singer in that he works really hard, but he doesn't really listen to his fans because he really wants to do what he thinks is right rather than maybe listening to what the people like and don't like and incorporating that. It's interesting. I think Bhangra itself has regenerated itself so many times over, I think, because of Bollywood, because of the actors, people like Diljit Dosanjh, who's like a triple threat. You look at people have diversified it as it's gone along. I think it will always exist in some sense because it's the beat that really is part of our heartbeat from farmers and from people who have been working really hard. You know, where it originally started, if you think about things like Vasaki coming up and Lori, you think about those things, that was where it was played in the villages. I think it will always resonate with a lot of people. But as we get further and further away from our roots and become more westernized, yeah, it dilutes it for sure.
Interesting. Thanks, Bindi. Really good perspective. Bab, do you have a perspective? What would you like to share?
To be honest, I don't really follow Punjabi music. It's only whatever I heard when I was growing up, or like people used to play in clubs or like the popular stuff. Even now, when I do the Bhangra stuff, it's mainly if it's got a good beat that you can actually dance to or work out to, then that's what matters. But I don't really follow it in the mainstream. I'm not familiar with any of the artists or anything like that. I don't really follow any of them. So to be honest, as long as it has a good heartbeat that you can actually move to, and that's what matters. Because when you're doing any form of cardio or exercise, you just want something good, a good beat to just work out to, and something that kind of inspires you to move. As long as the song is doing that, sometimes you don't really listen to the lyrics. You just listen to the melody and the beats. So to be honest, I don't, because I'm not Punjabi and I don't follow the music scene in that sense. I don't know what he's done or what he's doing and followed it in that way. So, but you know, if it's got a good beat and you can dance to it and move to it well, then yeah, that's what the idea is. Then you know, that's good to use. You know, if people want to dwell deep into it, the lyrics and stuff while they're working out, well, that's up to them, isn't it?
You make a really good point, Bab, and I think this is a whole discussion for another subject. But I want to say hallelujah. It's probably the best expression that comes to my mind, because I can't tell you how many people say, "Oh, why would I be interested in exercising to your videos? I don't listen to Punjabi music." And in my mind, I'm thinking, actually, that's a bit silly, because here we've got Bav, who exercises multiple times a week and doesn't really especially listen to Punjabi music. So to me, the thing I say to people is, look, this type of movement is what's important. The music is just nice to have. The Punjab, the way we move, like the big intensity and the build-ups and all of that, that's the bit that's most important. What the people are saying when they're saying it and all of that. It's only for nerds into Punjabi music like me that really need to care about that. Most people don't need to participate in this. So I'm really glad you touched on that, Bav. and I'd like to have this discussion with people in the future who say, oh, why would I like Bangla? I don't like Punjabi music. And that'll be a classic testament to why that's a silly excuse not to exercise. You see where I'm coming from. So I'm glad you've said that. And that's what I always wanted to do, was to create a brand that would appeal to people and doesn't get caught up in the dogma that, if you join like Bangla performing classes, they'll start teaching you all these things, and they'll start teaching you like Punjabi words, and they'll start teaching you the names of moves, and you have to say them properly and all of this. And I actually thought, no. This is a barrier. People should be able to exercise and join in without needing to get caught up on expressions and all of that. By all means, if they're interested, if they want to know the meaning of some song or whatever, great. We can talk about it, but it's not vital. It's absolutely, not necessary to the exercise. So yeah, I'm glad you touched on that.
As an experiment, what you can do is when you do your new videos, start a couple of tracks with Punjabi music, and then if you stick a Bollywood music song in the middle of it that has a good beat, if they keep moving and they keep doing the workout, and then go back to Punjabi music at the end, I'm sure somebody will say, why did you stick this Bollywood track in the middle? Just say, because it doesn't matter what track it is, as long as you're moving to the workout. And that's the whole idea, isn't it? It doesn't matter. If you want to just listen to Punjabi music, then just go to YouTube and find it, and just work out on your own for your own 5-6 songs. But our case is like, if you want to do the movement, then sticking a very good Bollywood music song in the middle of it, from one, I don't know, whatever song it is, then you're gonna just like being in a nightclub. You can sit there drinking all night, but if you hear the song that makes you want to move, you're just gonna go and dance anyway. I've known many people who just get up and start dancing to Mera Booba from Sholay. It's not even just because it's the song that gets them moving, and that's it, isn't it? That's what you want. So maybe as an experiment, try that and see what people say about that. Then why just say, well, if you want to listen to just Punjabi music, then maybe this ain't the workout for you. But if you want to just move and be part of the exercise movement and everything else, I mean, we're here to make sure people are moving for the right reasons. So as an experiment, some people do that. They're sticking our tracks in middle of workouts just to get people thinking that it's not about the music, it's about the movement, what you're here for. I know a lot of the clubs and a lot of the classes I've been to, you'd be surprised how they stick in, you think, well, it's a bit odd track to put in, but sometimes it works. Sometimes even in the jogging, you start off slow and then you get high intensity songs, and then in the middle of it, you need to come down a little bit. So you put a track in where you just slowly, automatically calm down, and then you go back up again. So that's something to think about. See how that works in the new videos.
Good suggestions, Bev. I have put some Bollywood songs in, like that one, Poster Lagvado Bazaar Mein. That's a Bollywood song, but it's sung by Sunanda Sharma, who typically sings Punjabi songs. So, and I'll do more of that. Guru Randava is a good example as well. He sang quite a few, like this one I put in the video last week, Morni Banke, which originally was, I think it was Lab Janjua, the Punjabi version, and Guru Randava has done it for a Bollywood movie. So I do put them in, but then I also want to add another thing, which is my interpretation of the word Bangla. So you see, the outsider view of the word Bangla is like, this is what those Punjabi people do. This is their dance. And this is a wrong interpretation. Actually, a more detailed and correct interpretation, I won't go into detail on this discussion, but I hope we can in the future, is that there is a better translation for the word Bangla. And I've settled at the moment, although I'm up to challenge, I'm settled that the best translation for the word Bangla in English is joyous movement. So I hope you can hear what I'm saying. It's not joyous movement for Punjabi or joyous movement by Punjabi. That's not part of the definition. The definition is just joyous movement. So to your point, you're absolutely right that all Bhangra means is joyous movement. It should be possible to any type of music, but we have to accept that there's certain, let's say, there's a certain appeal, like certain artists, certain types of music and all of that. So if I suddenly put didgeridoo music or something, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't go so well.
Yeah.
But what I've settled on is this idea that most of the music will be what I'll call conventional, made from Punjabi people type of music, you know, like Sidhu or Amrit Maan or whatever. But occasionally, these people and other people from Punjab, or some people have been influenced from Punjab, will make a Bollywood song, or Pussycat Dolls will do something. Maybe not them, but someone globally will take some influence from Punjabi music. So why not try and use it in the workout? So I'm with you. I totally agree. More and more people who comment from India, especially, they want to hear Bollywood tracks inside Bangla videos. I'm not opposed to the idea, but originally I had it in my mind to just pay homage to only Punjabi music. That was originally when I created Bangla, was about creating homage to Punjabi music. But the truth is, like you said, the thing that supersedes paying homage and being focused on any type of music is getting people active. That's the ultimate sort of North Star, and the thing that supersedes. So if people say, actually, we like Guru Randava and we like this song from this movie, why not use it? It's perfectly a valid thing. So I'm going to do more of that, and keep your ideas coming, and we'll keep influencing each other to make the videos better. And from May, we'll be publishing new videos at the end of May. And I hope also we've spent enough time on this discussed together. I hope you both had a bit of fun playing with Telegram just now. I'm going to take the file out and try and publish it as a podcast and see what people think of it. So any final words, Bindi? I think she's playing the speaker again. Maybe not. Okay, how about you, Bhav? Any final words?
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
So
go, Bhav.
I was going to say that, it's not to just get complacent, I guess is the right word. It's just to use different tracks, and different people are always going to have their own opinions of what tracks to use, because they just like to listen to what they like to listen to and dance to. In the end, you just think, as long as everybody's moving to the right beats and the song works well in that workout, then just go for it. People are always going to have their own preferences of what songs they want. I can turn around and say, well, in the Moulin Rouge soundtrack, there's a Chaya Chaya mix, which is really, really good. So you can use that, because that gets you moving, and it's quite rare that a Hollywood movie would actually use a Bollywood track like that. But it's happening, isn't it? And maybe people that live in India and so forth might find it a bit surprising, like, where do you get this track from? So, but for me, as long as you're moving to the beats, then that's what matters.
Thank you, Bhav. And Bindi, your final thoughts?
Yeah, sorry. I really like, Bhav, what you said. It's not so much about the words, it's the actual beat. And I like what you said, Ravi. Bhangra for me is movement to the beat. And what was the beat originally before all of this sound tracking and all of this technology and audio came? It was the dawl. And the dawl was the most important, and it still is. So if there was Latin American music playing, I didn't know the words, but I like the beat. Of course, I'm going to do cardio to it. I'm going to do strength training. Of course I am, because it just makes me move. So I think you guys are all right about what you say. It's about finding tracks that make you want to move and make you feel good afterwards as well, energized.
Perfect. Thank you. It's been fun doing this. I'm going to bring it to an end, and hopefully we'll get this a regular thing again, using this different method of using Telegram. So I hope anyone who listens to this afterwards enjoyed listening to it. Play with Telegram with us for a little while. Let's see if we get enjoyment out of this, and if it motivates us to think smarter and exercise more. Thank you, Bindi, and thank you, Bhav, for joining me. Speak to you again very soon.
No problem. Okay.
Whether you're at home or out and about, this is the latest Punjabi music, information and tips to keep us all motivated. Welcome to the Bhangra movement.